Good morning, sports fans. We're back for another installment of the Morning Sports Session. I'm your host, D. Banks, and as always, with my colleagues, Denzel, Patrick, and Jarrell. Today, we'll be going over some of the hottest sports topics, including the NFC North predictions, D-Wade's possible buyout in Chicago, and Zeke's appeal off to an ugly start. As we always like to start our mornings off with the first pick. The topics today will be fantasy football. Going over running backs today. Patrick, let's start it off with you.
My favorite position and the most important position on your fantasy roster. So listen up. My number 5 fantasy running back, I'm going to receive some backlash first, but understand he will be better. He will be better. This season will not be 9 in the box. Todd Gurley.
Oh my God.
We'll have a solid fantasy year. I promise you that. His rookie season, he was amongst the leaders in fantasy.
He was.
I will tell you, anybody that had him on his team will tell you he won them a lot of football games. He gets back this year behind an offensive line that's better, much improved. A year better. Got Whitworth to anchor that line. Mm-hmm. We have receivers now. You can't just put 9 in the box. You got to worry about Sammy going deep. You got to worry about Tavon going deep. So there's the things you got to worry about now. Gurley will get his shine. DeMarco Murray. I think DeMarco Murray's in for a big year in Tennessee. Mariota coming back from an injury. I think that they're going to work him back slowly, and they're going to give DeMarco Murray a lot of touches, and I think he's still a very productive running back behind a good offensive line. I think J.J. is going to have another good year.
Okay.
I do. They have weapons, and I told you guys earlier when we were talking, you cannot stack the box against Cutler, someone who's been known to have a deep ball, and that's about all he has. You got to be careful.
That's where we're going to have to disagree, because I believe that the Dolphins, because the weapons aren't as strong to me as you say they are, I feel like they're going to be zoned in on Jay, and he's not going to produce as much as he did last year.
You got Jarvis Landry, Kenny Stills, Devontae Parker. I think that you have to worry about. You have to worry about them.
Jay Slinging.
We'll see.
You got to worry about Jay Slinging. David Johnson, I think we can all agree David Johnson's going to have another big year. He's a do-it-all back.
Yeah.
Runs the ball, catches the ball. A lot like Le'Veon Bell, who I have at number 1, but nobody does it like Le'Veon. That's why he's number 1. I think Le'Veon is the best player available. So if you get the number 1 pick, I suggest getting Le'Veon Bell. He's going to do a lot of damage running the ball, receiving the ball. He's a good guy.
I agree with what you said, and what I'm going to talk about for the fantasy running backs are the guys that we thought that were going to be good, but you should probably look to grab them later in rounds, because as you talked about, Devonta Freeman. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying he's not a top 5 running back, but as you said, he has the concussion protocol, so I would worry about him at first. And then obviously Zeke fell because of his suspension. Yeah. I like what you said about Todd Gurley. Obviously, to me, he's not a top 5 running back, because for the fantasy I have Le'Veon, obviously, Johnson, Melvin Gordon. I like him for the Chargers this year. I feel like he's in an offense that obviously Phillip Rivers loves to sling the ball. I feel like it will be spread wide, and he'll be able to produce again. Shady, I know the Bills aren't going to be as good as we thought, but now with him being the only player there, I feel like they're going to build the offense around him. Tyrod is going to use him more, because that's all he has to use now. So I feel like Shady will actually be a good fantasy running back. And I like how you threw out DeMarco Murray out there. He's going to be my dark horse for this year. I was going to tell you guys that later. I didn't think anyone was going to say him. Yeah, I didn't expect it. So yeah, DeMarco Murray, I feel a big year coming from the Titans, and I feel like he's going to be the catalyst for it. So those are my 5 running backs.
My running backs are pretty much the same as you guys. My dark horse I have is DeMarco Murray. He had 240 points last year, but that Titans team's coming around, and he, like you said, he's going to be the main part of that. Yeah, he's splitting carries with Henry, but he's the number 1 running back in that situation. I have Shady in there as well. 248 points. But my only issue is, like we talked about, they're going to be able to stack the box with no other weapons around them.
Yeah.
So Zeke has to go number 3 for me just because of. I'm saying I have an asterisk by him as well because we don't know what his suspension is yet.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Goodell could really
yeah.
choke on everything and just wipe it all clear, and he's back week 1, and then Zeke has a breakout year. So we're really waiting on a suspension for Zeke. Number 2, David Johnson. Despite having 327 fantasy points last year, I have to have him as number 2 because, like we said, Le'Veon Bell, he missed 3 games and still finished with 242, and we know how many carries and touches he gets a game.
Now, I got a question for you. As a Steelers fan, do you feel as though Le'Veon not being at camp is going to hurt him going into the season, or do you think he's going to come back ready and get on the field?
It all depends because I've seen a lot of players where they've held out and it's affect them on the field, and I've seen players who've held out and they've been able to still make it work. I feel like as long as he's putting in the work wherever he's at, I heard he was working out in Florida in a speed camp, so if he's putting in the right work and got his mind right, I feel like he can come in and it saves him from the hits of training camp.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Wear and tear on the running back's body. You know,
I hear you, but I might take
protecting
David
it.
Johnson.
Some wise words from our fantasy gurus over here. As we stay in the NFL, we want to move on to the NFC North. Predictions from that league out there. See what that division's looking like. Jarrell, you want to start us off?
I'm sure it's going to be fair to say we're all going to be pretty even on this. We're all going to be in the same spot.
Yeah.
In the basement of the NFC North, I have the Chicago Bears. I don't see anything promising coming from them. Their running back, Howard, he's a beast, but he's going to be in the same situation where their quarterback's not, I don't know even if it comes down to being so bad that Trubisky has to come in, I don't know if he's going to be prepared to win games for them. So I have them going 2-14. I'm sorry, I'm so harsh, but that's just what it is. Third place in the division, I have the Minnesota Vikings finishing 8-8. I see improvements in some places, but I don't see all the right improvements.
With Teddy coming back?
They still have Sam Bradford. Teddy, maybe not. We don't know yet. That knee was very devastating. We'll see how that pans out.
I don't see Teddy coming back.
I hope so, but I don't know. That knee was a big deal, man. That was a gruesome injury. And I mean, they have Delvin and Latavius Murray, but I don't know if they're gonna be able to really dominate this division. So I've been finishing 8-8. Detroit Lions, second place. I've been finishing 9-7. And like I said, it could swap either way between them two. It could be Minnesota 9-7, Detroit 8-8. But I feel like I gave Detroit the advantage because they still have Matt Stafford, who, regardless of who's around him as well, Megatron or not, he's still slinging the ball.
Yep.
And you know he's going to get his stats. Top of the division, I'm sure we all agree, Green Bay Packers. I have them finishing 13-3. Probably top team in the NFC. We'll see how it pans out, but they're definitely going to be contending for that number 1 seed in the NFC.
Go Pack, go.
Jesus.
I mean, I'm similar. We got the same standings, but different records. I got the Bears 2-14 also. I'm not even going to get into it. He already ripped them apart enough. The Vikings, I got them at 5-11. Now, their defense is good, and their defense is good enough that I think that they will win them games, but I don't like their offense. I mean, they got Latavius Murray, they got Dalvin Cook. I like that, but that's still an offensive line that really struggled last year. Their receivers are really, really bad. Treadwell is their best receiver, and we still haven't seen anything from him for me to even gas him.
Yeah.
So I'm not even in Sam Bradford throwing the ball.
I was going to say, I'm waiting for the Rams
5-11 Vikings. Lions 7-9, and that hurts me to say because I know they were a playoff team last year, but I thought that they were the worst playoff team out of everybody in the playoffs last year, and I don't see what they did this offseason to improve their team.
Yeah.
Therefore, you're not going to get better around the league that everybody is getting better. The Packers. Go Pack, go! I got the Packers at 14-2.
Wow.
Like Jarrell, the number 1 team in the NFC. I think this is a year that A-Rod does it. A-Rod will show everybody right now this year that he's truly the number 1 quarterback. He's the best quarterback in the NFL.
Bold statement from Patrick.
Okay.
This is
Go Pack, go!
Pack, go!
Okay.
Go 12.
Well, I'm gonna have to agree with them. The Packers are gonna win this division.
Okay.
I got them at 13-3. They do have the second best quarterback in the NFL. They're fresh off an NFC championship, so I'm sure the second best quarterback in the NFL will be hungry to get back. They did bring in Martellus Bennett, so I'd expect them to be better than they were last year, obviously. I have the Lions being better than they were last year. Actually, you said that they would go 7-9. They were 9-7 last year. Actually, I feel like they'll be 10-6. Stafford is coming off one of the greatest years of his career. Actually,
Yeah, it is. Monster year.
threw for over 5,000 yards, over 41 touchdowns, I think it was. And he did that without Megatron. Now Marvin Jones is in his second year with them, so I feel like he will flourish with a year of experience with Matt Stafford. So I feel like they can be better together. So we look at that, and then that's why I think they'll be better. The Bears, 3-13.
No love for sure.
I understand why they walked away from Jay Cutler. Trading up for Trubinsky, once I seen that, it was at that moment I knew that they were going to lose. The Vikings, Sam Bradford had a decent year last year. I expect the same because he is a quarterback that in a system he can produce minimally or productively, I should say. So he can get it done. They reloaded at running back to fill the hole from AP, so I expect them to go 8-8 in the middle of the pack. But that's about it for me.
Seems like our guys are all in agreement about the NFC North. The Packers will take it. And that wraps up our first bake. Our next segment, we're going to put our seatbelts on, roll the windows up. Time for the burn run, guys.
Let's get it.
Start it off. D. Wade, back home in Chicago. Possible buyout. What do you think about it?
D. Wade, I'm so happy for you. You must have watched my last hit. Spark the move, in my opinion, and go to LA now. Because to me, if you do that, that's going to be the first thing that's going to make me actually believe LeBron's going to go there.
Yeah. I mean, definitely. I'm happy to see him get out of Chicago, who in a pool release today, Chicago is projected to finish as the worst team in the NBA this year. So good job getting out of there, getting that done. Now after he goes, the Bulls have successfully got rid of all three of their best players from last year, and Rondo, Jimmy Butler, and Dwayne Wade. So congrats to the Bulls.
Yeah, what's going on with the Bulls? Like, are they just...
I don't know.
Trust the process, maybe.
No, I don't think so. Because they even have draft picks like that now.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, what are they?
They got a little something from the Timberwolves.
I guess, but it's not.
Keep a lookout for Dwayne Wade. See what's going on there in Chicago. We come to Zeke. We spoke on it yesterday. He filed an appeal. It's off to an ugly start.
Yeah, the NFL is accusing the NFLPA of leaking. The Players Union of leaking information, text messages specifically between the accuser and her friend, telling her to lie to the police. The NFLPA has said that the NFL is lying, and the NFL can't be trusted, obviously, from past experiences, which I do believe. But I also do believe that the PA releases texts as they should have.
Because listen, you're right. They're supposed to do it. As they should. I feel like the NFLPA was just looking out for their own. Yeah. Goodell didn't like that at all, though, which is, to me, probably the behind-the-scenes thing that you were talking about, Jarrell, yesterday. That is part of the reason why Zeke actually got the whole 6-game suspension. That's what I believe.
Staying on the NFL, now we turn to the medical part of it. Saints fire their team doctor.
Man,
confusion there in the Saints office.
This man needs to lose his license. The report is this doctor misdiagnosed Devin Breaux, the corner for the Saints, claimed he had a leg contusion, okay?
It's a bruise.
Leg bruise. Come to find out he had a fractured fibula. Like, I don't know exactly how long this misdiagnosis has been going on, but what is going on with this team doctor?
Now, see, I'm going to defend him here for 1 second.
Okay.
I'm sure there's been many times he's been put in positions to exaggerate an injury. But a broken leg is a broken leg.
Yeah.
This is not a contusion.
No.
This is not an injury that you can just exaggerate.
Put him back on the field.
No.
And I guess that this player was close to losing his job because the team was fed up with his nagging injuries. They thought that he was just complaining about injuries, a low leg contusion. Oh, I got a bruise, coach. I can't play. No, I got a broken leg. I can't play. Like, you almost cost a man his job, and now I'm happy that he lost his job. That's a shame.
It is football, though. You know how it works. Get back on the field.
I'm glad the Saints caught that when they did, and good luck. Get well soon to Devin, bro. Now we're on to the baseball diamond. Red Sox rolling. Let's talk about it.
My boys are rolling. Mookie Betts today hit a double off the Green Monster to give us the 5-4 win over the Cardinals. Just another win in a chain. We've been rolling lately. Just swept the Cardinals, beat the Yankees over the weekend in the series. As we head back to get ready for our upcoming series against the Yankees, we're 4.5 games above the Yankees in the division and 4.5 games out of first place in the American League. So I was scared about the Yankees at the trade deadline. Now I'm starting to get my confidence back.
Are you happy now?
Okay.
Who cares?
In local news, to something that's dear and close to all of our hearts here at MSS, we spoke about the 5th annual Rock the Block party. Anyone want to elaborate on what that is?
It's going down August 19th, which is this coming Saturday, from 12 to 9. There's a 3-point contest, a lip sync battle, which you've lost, a kids talent show, a children's activities, food vendors, a truck club show, a limbo contest, and many more things that will be going on. We all know that there's a lot of turmoil going on around the park. I'll get back to that in a second, but come out and show some support for the community. It's much needed. This is a sports city, and we need to make it a sports city again. So,
as we finish up the burn run, come to our next segment, Blaze Point. Hot topic in the country right now. McGregor Mayweather. Nevada Boxing Commission okays the 8-ounce gloves for the fight.
Go ahead,
What does that mean?
Go ahead,
guys.
Go ahead.
They really did it.
Yeah, they did.
They really did it.
They did.
It's on now.
Yeah.
Good.
I mean, here's the thing though. Floyd, I mean, as little as he is.
Little.
Yeah, exactly. As little as
best,
he is, he's always fought with those gloves. Like 8-ounce gloves are nothing new to him. Ultimately, they're just trying to give Conor, like they're trying to give people a chance to believe in Conor.
Yeah.
Bruh, the rules are rules. Like, what's going on?
What is the rule?
They got.
Bro, the rule is if you fight at 154 plus, you use 10.5 ounce gloves.
Yeah.
And Conor's not that way?
No, they are at this weight, but they allow them to
But
get
they're allowing them to drop gloves.
to 8-ounce gloves, and this is ridiculous to me. But they're selling the fight again, and it's all about the money, and
I just want to know what's
it's ridiculous now. Like it's a show. It's definitely a circus, and I'm tired
It's
of it.
100% all about the money, and that's why they're doing this. But honestly, as a fan, somebody
gotta be exciting.
somebody else that's going to buy the fight, I'm happy.
Yeah.
I'm happy to see it. I mean, do I
Yes.
think that it really gives Conor a chance to win? No. Does it
Conor?
give him a yeah? Does it give Conor a chance?
Yeah, but I know, and Conor
it gives him a better chance.
But
Obviously, landing a punch with a 10-ounce glove is going, with the 8-ounce glove is going to hurt more than 10-ounce glove.
But the
Yeah.
thing is, Conor
So-
didn't even realize until today, when it all came out, that Floyd has fought with 8-ounce gloves his whole career.
Yeah.
He didn't even realize it.
Yeah.
Like, the more and more I look and I realize about Conor, he doesn't study his opponents. He just thinks he's the man. He talks all about emotion.
I mean, I don't knock him for it, but he doesn't
doesn't understand what's coming. He doesn't get
a
what's
lot of
coming.
the fans don't realize
Yeah.
what's coming.
Those 8-ounce gloves aren't 4-ounce gloves. They're not fingerless gloves.
No.
These aren't. This is.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They're
This-
still
at the end of
heavier
the day,
than
this
UFC
isn't
gloves,
MMA.
and we're still in a boxing match.
Yeah. Where Floyd is 49-0, 49 up, 49 down.
So I mean, you're just giving Floyd 8-ounce gloves, where the fastest boxer is going to be faster.
The only thing that this does is benefit Vegas, where the odds will shift. We've seen it. Since this fight was announced, it was extraneously
All this does is give the Conor
separated,
fans.
and now it's closer. and
Conor
closer.
fans just want to jump on that bandwagon, and you know what I mean. Oh, he's gonna win. He's really gonna knock him out now.
We'll see.
There's no more talking.
He's
We're
not
just
even gonna
see,
touch him.
like, it's gonna.
Yeah.
And the worst part is he's 40 plus. He's 40 years old. Like,
So this doesn't do anything for Conor. Conor has no chance still, even
No.
with the fact that he's fighting with smaller gloves, which means less weight, more punches thrown,
Conor
more
will be
exciting,
lucky.
more chance. He doesn't have any.
does
type of-
Conor land 100 punches, guys?
Hell,
100.
What?
I'm being generous. I'm being generous for the
Listen.
Conor fans because I wanted to say 50.
If Conor can work Floyd out in the first 2-3 rounds and get him tired, that he has to win in the 4th round to me. Like, because if this goes the distance,
It's over.
that's a fight built for Floyd. There's no chance.
Conor McGregor has never been known for a gas tank. Conor McGregor has tapped out of any fight that he has ever got tired in.
Yeah. I mean, he packs a punch, but
and Floyd made fun of him about this Mr. Tap Out.
He doesn't want to go the distance, so he
No,
wants
he
to come
doesn't.
out swinging. Lighter gloves.
And guess
that's
what?
How smart is it?
You know what's going to be
This is
funny?
the greatest
When he
counter
comes
fighter in
out
the world.
swinging and Floyd's still Floyd, untouchable, and then he's gassed out in the fourth
This is
round.
the greatest counter fighter.
That's
going to
be what's lovely.
He ever. Greatest counter fighter ever.
Connor's
I can't
mindset
lie.
in it, he's coming out to swing. And
I can't
lighter
lie.
gloves definitely help.
I am
They
excited
They
to
did.
see someone actually come out and try to attack
And try to
Floyd.
knock
Yeah.
Floyd's head
Because
off.
that's what he's gonna do. He's gonna bring
He's an
aggression. He's gonna
orthodox,
try to go
like,
nuts.
Floyd's never seen his
It
style.
will
and
be
he's still
fun.
gonna
The
capitalize on it.
spectacle, it's not just
As a
going to be
fan,
all
you're
spectacle.
excited. As a
It
fan,
will
you're
be
excited.
fun. The fight will be fun. I encourage people to buy the fight. I will be buying the fight.
The spectacle will be
The
fun.
spectacle
The fight
is
won't
going to be fun.
The fight will not be fun.
The fight will be fun though, because it will be Conor trying to come at Floyd, trying to take Floyd's head off,
How angry
and,
is he
and
gonna get?
either he's going to succeed, which I highly doubt is going to happen.
It can happen, but
Or Floyd's going to pick him apart, and that's going to be fun to watch. So
Dude,
either way, it's a
I can't even
win-win.
believe you said it could happen. It cannot happen.
a
I'm going on
fighter.
record
Let's
saying
talk
that.
about
Yeah,
a
the
fighter's chance.
A
A
left
fighter's
hook
chance.
Like,
Left hook shot. I'll give Conor that. He knocked out Aldo in 3 seconds, 12 seconds.
Maybe
whatever.
a boxer's chance,
It
but he's
was.
not a boxer. So what chance?
There
does
we
he have?
go. That's what I'm
I mean,
getting to. So at the end of the day, Conor's
point.
not going to win.
Yeah.
I will say Floyd,
Conor fans
Floyd
out
never
there, there's
fought.
hope. There's a chance now with the lighter gloves. But that brings us to the end of the Blaze Point. Come to the last and one of our favorite segments of the show, the last hit. Big thing for us. Who we passing this to, guys?
I'm going to start this off. My last hit is going out to Lou Gehrig.
Lou Gehrig?
On this day in 1933, he played in his record-setting 1,308th game, consecutive game at that.
Oh.
Showed up to work.
Longevity.
His streak reached 2,130 games, which lasted over 56 years before Cal Ripken Jr. surpassed him. So, it's a longevity.
Patrick, last hit. Who we passing it to?
My last hit's gonna go to LeBron James for coming out against what he called our so-called president for his comments on Charlottesville, which personally made me sick when I watched it. LeBron has always came out and spoke out for our people, and it's something that a lot of people don't do, especially in this day and age, and he does it more than anybody else, and I think it's something he doesn't get enough credit for. It's something that separates him from Michael Jordan in my eyes, and we
He's the
respect
epitome
it.
of the people's player.
He is. We respect it. My last hit goes out to you, Bron. Keep doing your thing. Keep stepping up.
Gotta commend LeBron James. Denzel, who you passing your last hit to?
Well, Patrick first. But then I'm going to have to give my last hit to the community. I talked about it earlier. The 5th annual Rock the Block Liberty Tax Old School Block Party is this coming weekend. And as we all know, UniFirst will be tearing down the playground soon after and turning it into a parking lot. And as much as we all know this is an injustice, I think the best thing we can do right now as a community is come together and support each other. So Saturday, everyone, come out, show your support, show your love to the historic park one last time. We need it.
Alright guys, it's gonna wrap up our show. It's been a great one. For my esteemed colleagues and myself, make sure you all out there subscribe to the YouTube channel. And we'll be back tomorrow for another morning sports session. You matching?